You ever feel like a ghost at your own family's table? Not hated, not loved, just unseen. That was me for years. Floating around family gatherings like furniture there, but not really. I remembered their birthdays, brought thoughtful gifts, stayed after dinners to do the dishes. But somehow I was always the one left out of the photo, the joke, the group chat. It's not that they pushed me away. They just built everything around me like I wasn't there. My name's Jonah. I'm 34, not the rebel, not the golden child, just the quiet one. I never stirred drama, never made demands. I thought if I just stayed kind, patient, dependable, maybe they'd see me. Maybe they'd remember me. But exclusion doesn't always look like slam doors. Sometimes it's just no knock. Last month, I showed up to my nephew Caleb's birthday party with a Star Wars Lego set and a smile. Helped him build it. Even stayed after everyone else left scrubbing cake off plates while my sister scrolled Instagram on the couch. I thought we were good. I thought maybe, just maybe, the distance was finally shrinking. So I said, can't wait for the family dinner tomorrow. Been looking forward to it. Her friend Lana was licking frosting off a spoon. She laughed. Wait, you weren't there? I blinked. There? She pulled out her phone and showed me pictures. Camel backyard, my parents' place. Long table, champagne. My entire family dressed up like it was a magazine shoot. Toasts, speeches, cousins I hadn't seen in years. They all showed up except me. My sister didn't say a word. Just kept drawing a plate like this was normal. Then finally, she mumbled without looking at me. Maybe take the hint next time. Just that, like it had been obvious all along. Like I was the one embarrassing myself by still showing up. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I just stopped, put down the sponge, picked up the envelope with the gift card I'd slipped into Caleb's card, and walked out. On the drive home, I said nothing. I just let her words echo, take the hint. It wasn't about the dinner. It was about everything. The birthdays they forgot. The inside jokes I was never part of. The group chats I learned about by accident. The countless times they told me something was just for close family. Like I wasn't. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. But peace doesn't come from pretending you're not bleeding. So I made a decision not to hurt them, to stop letting them hurt me. They didn't know I owned 3 properties or that I had an LLC that had been anonymously paying for half the repairs at my parents' place. I never wanted credit. I just wanted to help until they made it clear they didn't want me. A week later, my mom called in a panic. The AC went out. The contractor said the usual support wasn't in place anymore. That's when I told her there is no support anymore. That chapter's closed. Silence. I didn't wait for the guilt or the fake confusion. I ended the call. That same day, I called my lawyer. I had receipts. Literal receipts for everything I'd quietly funded over the years. My niece's education, my uncle's surgery, the assistant my sister used for her Etsy business. What they didn't know is I tied every single one of those gifts to revocable clauses in quiet contracts. And I revoked them all. Within a week, the panic hit. Missed calls, late-night voicemails. My cousin sent me a paragraph text that just said, "What is happening?" But I didn't respond. Instead, I logged into the old family group chat, the one I had created years ago when Grandpa died. I renamed it ***, maybe take the hint. Then I removed every single member silently. But I wasn't done. There was one thing left. The lake house technically owned 50-50 between my mom and my late aunt. After she passed, her daughter, Lana, took over the share. But years ago, when my mom fell behind on costs, I quietly bought her half, meaning I was the co-owner. But no one had updated their mental scoreboard. They still treated it like a public Airbnb. I waited for Memorial Day weekend, their big tradition. 3 days before, I filed a legal petition. My lawyer made sure it was watertight, no access without co-owner consent. Then I showed up unannounced. They pulled up with coolers and kids like it was any other summer. Lana got out first. "You're here?" she asked, confused. "Yeah, it's Memorial Day." My sister rolled her eyes. "Don't be dramatic, Jonah. Just because you weren't invited to one dinner." I stopped her comb. "It wasn't one dinner and it's not drama. It's boundaries." My mom stepped forward tired. "Jonah, we didn't mean to leave you out. Things just got busy." I wanted to believe her, but I remembered all the time she told me to be the bigger person while they kept shrinking me. So I said, I'm not here to argue. I'm here to let you know the lake house isn't free access anymore. We either co-manage it or sell. Lana's voice cracked. You wouldn't dare. I looked her in the eyes. You already did. I'm just filing the paperwork. They tried to shame me, guilt me, threaten lawsuits, but I had every receipt, every clause, every silence they'd ever let echo louder than their words. And the next morning I made it permanent. Sold my share of the lake house to a retired couple who wanted peace, not drama. Added a small clause to install a gate, just enough to keep out uninvited guests. I included a letter in the closing file. Just 1 page. To everyone who erased me, you don't have to anymore. I'm gone. A week later, I got one final text from my mother. Just 6 words. Why are you doing this to us? I never replied because deep down she already knew. I didn't walk away because I stopped loving them. I walked away because they never started.